We on the road right now, going to Fresno, man. Getting it in the spirit with the brothers from the Bay Area through the spirit, man. So we gonna shake the hand like we usually do, man. All right, through the spirit of Mashiach Yahawashi, man. So all praises. We're gonna break down Galatians chapter 4 and verse 4 quick, man. So I can give me that Galatians chapter 4 and verse 4, because there's a misnomer out here and a misunderstanding of Galatians chapter 4. Actually, the whole book of Galatians, man. You know, you got people that teach Galatians as though it's just a Christian standard for the heart of the so-called gospel for the Christians, right? Every time we battle, you know, different Christians, they'll go straight to Galatians. Like that's they go-to, that just going to destroy the Israelites. It's not true. Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters through the spirit, man. It's not true, man. All right, so we're going to break down Galatians chapter 4 and 4, because it goes into various things in that whole chapter, but Christians like to use Galatians chapter 4 verse 4 as though, you know, that, you know, Yahawashi potentially came out of the birth of a virgin woman. All right, the virgin birth, the immaculate conception, or, you know, the different terms that, you know, they use and stuff. All right, so we're going to show you through the precepts and through the understanding that well, that scripture's not talking about that, but just for the most part, Yahawashi did have an earthly father. It's not gonna be the main topic, but we're just gonna show how the Lord followed the ways of the law, the custom of the Israelites. All right, so give me that, King. Yeah, give me Galatians chapter 4 and verse 4. Galatians chapter 4 and verse 4.
It's the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come.
But when the fullness of the time was come, what does that mean? He's referring to the specific prophecies in the book of 2nd Samuel, right? The house of David, King David, was given specific prophecies of the Messiah coming through his lineage, right? So real quick, give me 2nd Samuel chapter 7 and verse 12. 2nd Samuel chapter 7 and verse 12. All these prophecies was predicated on Yahawashi coming through a specific seed line, man. Everything in the scriptures is always talking about seed. Warfare of different bloodlines and different seeds, right? The preserving of different seeds. You go to in the time of Noah. Hey, Noah's seed was preserved. When the Lord said he looked upon Noah and seen grace upon him, right? That was a bloodline that he was going to preserve to get us to the position of the nation of Israel, right? Because that was already prophesied.
Days be fulfilled.
And when thy days be fulfilled, go ahead.
And thou shalt sleep with thy fathers.
You're going to sleep with your fathers.
I will set up thy seed after thee.
Right.
Which shall proceed out of thy bowels.
Which shall proceed out of the longings of David, right? Who came through the longings of David? We know there's a specific elite bloodline that went through the longings of David. Solomon was that. All right, and we get into the spirit, you know, Yahawashi symbolized everything Solomon was, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that prophecy is talking about two manner of people at two different times. All right, that's right, two manner of people, but those two people are the same individual. We ain't gonna get in detail of that, maybe on another you know, breakdown, but nevertheless, it's always going to carry about the bloodline, the seed, the lineage of the Israelites, right? Go ahead. Go ahead, King.
2nd Samuel 7, verse 12 from the top. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee.
So he's going to set up his seed after thee. Go ahead.
Which shall proceed out of thy bowels.
Right.
And I will establish his kingdom. And he shall build an house for my name.
He shall build a house for thy name. What house is this? What temple is this? Right? We know Solomon, he built the temple. Yahawashi is the temple of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So that temple that was being built in the Old Testament, and there was a temple being built in the New Testament, but it wasn't a physical temple. it was the temple of the Lord, the body of Yahawashi, man. That's why he told the Pharisees, hey, this temple will come down and I can raise it up 3 days from now. Why? Because he's talking about his body. He is the temple of the Lord. Right. So we're going to prove that Yahawashi was under the law, and there's certain things, and there's certain things that's under the law that, you know, Yahawashi followed after, right? Through the Spirit. So let's go to Galatians chapter 1 and verse 18. Because Galatians chapter 1, no, it's not, so like Numbers chapter 1 and 18. Numbers chapter 1 and 18 is the law, right? Yahawashi followed everything in the scriptures, whether it was prophecies or whether it was the laws of Moses. He followed it. We're going to show you he had fringes on. You know, he stuck to the culture of the Israelites. All right, so go ahead.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
Yep.
And they assembled all the congregation together. Go ahead. On the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So they declare their pedigrees, their lineage, after the house of their fathers. Because everything goes right back to the father, right? It's not specifically what your mother is, but more so what your father is, because the father carries the seed, right? Now, Moses' son was considered a Levite, right? By bloodline. How was that so if they didn't consider that the man carries the seed? So give me that real quick too in First Chronicles 23 and 14 real quick. Yeah, so there's many precepts that proves that the father carries the seed, right? And you are according to what your father is. So, you know, he's not Yahawashi wasn't a Judite based off his mother, right? I can even show you a precept. Even in the New Testament, they still had the concept of you are what your father is, right? There were men that was calling Yahawashi King David, the son of King David, the son of David, right? So go ahead and bring that out real quick. This is First Chronicles chapter 23 and verse 14.
Now, knowing Moses' wife was an Ethiopian, right? Was a Hamite. Did his kids were considered Hamites, or was his kids considered Israelites? Let's find out. Go ahead.
Now concerning Moses, the man of God, his sons were named of the tribe of Levi.
Of the tribe of what?
Of the tribe of Levi. The sons of Moses were Gershom. Eleazar. Of the sons of Gershom, Shebuel.
Go ahead.
The chief.
Was a chief, man. So even at that time, they always looked at the Israelites, if they had a specific different mother, they were always considered to be Israelites by the father, right? So that's where we can see that Yahawashi came through the lineage of Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Joseph is his biological father, man. Why is that important? Well, it's important in many different ways, many different reasons. All right, you know, because Christianity has controlled the narrative of the scriptures for a very long time, and we here to break that. It's a lie, man. We're not dealing with lies no more. All right. So with that, let's look at how the people in the New Testament looked at that concept of you are who your father is. Real quick, give me Acts chapter 16 and 3. Acts chapter 16 and verse 3, right? So when Paul brought Timothy was considered what? We're about to find out, man. So this, like I said, even though we was in a Greco-Roman world when the time of Yahawashi, you know, nevertheless, they still had a Hebrew understanding of life and customs, even though they was bombarded by different, you know, Greek mythology. Even some of our people was under the Greek way. You had some Grecians, you had some Gentiles that was considered heathens. You know, these are all the things that we have to consider, man. Because when Yahawashi stepped into the scene, hey, there was Herodians. Now, a lot of them was under the Roman regime. That was centurions. The Herodians, there was a family of King Herod. But in that house, and they had Israelites, man. Israelites is everywhere. The Alexandrians. These were Jews, man. So go ahead.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 16 and verse 3. Him would Paul have to go forth with him, and took and circumcised him because of the Jews.
Because of what?
Because of the Jews.
So Paul wanted to circumcise, Timothy because of the Jews. Why? What's going on with that? Let's find out. Go ahead.
Because of the Jews which were in those quarters, for they knew all that his father was a Greek.
They knew all that his father was a Greek. But what was his mother?
Oh, that's verse 1.
Yeah.
You want me to jump up?
Yeah, jump up real quick.
This is Acts chapter 16 and verse 1. Then came he to Derbe and Lystra, and behold, a certain disciple was there named Timotheus.
A certain disciple was there named Timotheus. Go ahead.
The son of a certain woman, which was a Jewess.
Which was a what?
Which was a Jewess.
Which was a Jewess. So it was a Jewish woman. Jewish. We're gonna use that term, in the Bible, but it's a Jew. So Timothy's mother was a Jew. Timothy's father was a Greek. Shalom, my brother Galatians through the Spirit, man. Y'all have a mighty camp over there through the Spirit.
Shalom, dirty.
Shalom. So you gotta think about it. Look at the concept of the Jews in the New Testament. The Jews condemned Timothy because his father was a Greek, but his mother was a Jew. That's the come on now. We gotta think about this stuff, man. We gotta look at the concept. Even though they're in the Roman Greco world, they still have a Hebrew concept. If they didn't, they would have been thinking like the Jewish man today. The Jewish man says, you are who you are by your mother, man. You a Jew according to your mother, right? But the Hebrews, they didn't go by that. They went by, you are who your father is. Even in the New Testament, man. We go to Hebrews, or we go to Matthew chapter 1, you see a masculine lineage with man's seeds, right? Because the Lord is all about bloodline, seed line, according to the scriptures, right? So, Yahawashi being born under the law, he kept the ways of the culture of the law, the system of the law. He kept the law, man. He didn't go off and eat pork and did all this stuff, went defiled. Even when he was healing on the Sabbath days, it was a burden. If a man had a burden and I'm supposed to be rested, I'm not rested, man. He did miracles on the Sabbath. And we do miracles on the Sabbath every day, man. Healing our people. That's why the Lord told some of the Jews, hey, if your cattle is stuck in the ditch, will you not help it on the Sabbath day? Understood a deeper level of the law, man. When he elaborated on the law, it took a lot of them was confounded because they didn't understand what he was talking about, right? Because in the spirit, hey, Yahawashi is the law, man. Right? There ain't no personal law that Yahawashi made. He goes by the laws of Moses, right? He even respect the priesthood when he got there, when he came on the scene. Hey, give me Matthew's chapter. Let's see. Give me Luke 17 and 14. Luke 17 and 14.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 14. And when he saw them, he said unto them, go show yourselves unto the priest.
Go do what?
Go show yourselves unto the priest.
Go show yourself unto the priest. Hey, Yahawashi heals the man, and then he tells them, hey, go show yourself to the priest. He honored the priesthood. He understood about the priesthood, man. The Levitical priesthood. That's why even when the Lord, potentially got dipped in the Jordan, John the Baptist didn't want to do it. But hey, John the Baptist being a Levite, he came under that order, respected the order of the Levitical priesthood, man. Before the new order came, which was, potentially after his death, what was going to be ushered in is the Melchizedek priesthood, and priest. But nevertheless, he always followed the laws and respected the order that the Lord set up according to the law, man, and according to the customs, right? And what else? Give me Matthew's. No, so like give me Matthew's 22 and 42. Matthew's 22 and 42. Should add this, brother.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 42, and it reads.
Yeah, Matthew's 22 and verse 42. All right.
42.
Yep.
Saying, what think ye of a Mashiach? Whose son is he? They say unto him, the son of David.
The son of who?
The son of David.
Why is he considered the son of David, man? That wouldn't make sense. That's a lineage. You know? Now, if the Lord didn't come from a male lineage, right? And if he didn't come from a male seed, okay, yeah, he would have been, that would have been saying that he died for the whole entire earth. You know what I'm saying? Because he basically showed in the spirit. He don't got no identity. But he came from a specific on purpose, man. He was a Hebrew from the tribe of Judah when you get to the book of Hebrews. All right? All right, we're going to do a few more. Give me...
Can I get this next word?
Yeah, you got it.
Verse 43. He saith unto them, how then doeth David in spirit call him Lord?
How do then in the spirit?
Oh, no, I said, how doeth David in spirit call him Lord?
David in the spirit called him Lord. See that?
It says, saying, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand till I make thine enemies thy footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son?
All right, you want to break that down a little bit?
No, I was just saying in the spirit, before Christ came in the flesh, that he was already created as being the son of the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On the right-hand side of the Most High, on the side of righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So, ultimately, he did come from that same lineage of David, but they were just trying to get clarification and understanding. If, you know, why we understood that David called him Lord in Psalms 110.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but now, how is he his son? How does he come from David? You know? So they were trying to present that question.
Right. So he came from the lineage of David, but ultimately, Yahawashi was created way before man even existed on this earth, man. All right, he was part of creating the earth. Yahweh created Yahawashi, and he created the earth, man, and everything in it, and the elect, and the 2/3, right, and the lost, and the sons of men, right. He created all these different sets and different systems of people. He created the worlds without end, right. This is Yahawashi, but who's superior to Yahawashi will be the Father, man. All right, he sits on the throne all by himself. There is no another God up there. All right. Now, if you want to get into the Hebrew understanding of gods, then yes, Yahawashi will be considered a God under the Hebrew understanding, because even himself said, "Ye are gods." All right, and he goes going to Psalms 82 and 6, right? So it's all about going back into the Hebrew thought and not the Roman Greco thought that a lot of brothers and sisters came out of, man. All right. One more. Give me Revelations. No, Salaki. Give me Isaiah 11 and 1 through the Spirit.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse. Out of the stem, out of the root of Jesse. Go ahead. And a branch shall grow out of his roots. And a branch shall grow out of his roots, man. Who is that branch that grew out of the root of Jesse? It came out of David, right? It's Yahawashi, man, the son of David, right? And it shows, if you get Romans, go to Romans chapter 1, it shows in the flesh, he was the son of David. In the spirit, he was the son of God. And he just read it. That was a co-precept on the last verse you read recently. You know, Romans chapter 1. So Yahawashi always, when he was on the earth, he was under the governance of the law, man. And that's in the book of Galatians chapter 4. He was governed by the law. Go ahead. He said he came from the stem, you know.
Right.
You know, anybody that knows about
Right. The stem is the portion which you start at.
And then the branches that come of it, they come later. They grow upward, outwardly.
Right.
Around. So it's letting you know that Hamashiach came off of one of the branches.
He came out of one of the branches.
Later on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
later on, Yahawashi came out of one of the branches, man. You know what I'm saying? And whoever Comma is, Comma the scoffer, you ain't talking about nothing, brother or sis, whoever you is. It says, could not the Most High send King David himself? For what? The Lord is all about order, man. The Lord is all about order and time. Everything got to be based off time. Yes, he's going to send King David. King David will be resurrected. But King David is not Yahawashi. Yahawashi is not King David. He's the son of David. All right, for all you old, Old Testament only individuals. You're wrong, brother, sister. You know what I'm saying? The Most High got a setup. He set up order in different times. Give me Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. He set up orders at different times, man. How is that so hard to believe? He ain't changed nothing. He's just being revealed throughout every age. There's the revelation that he founded before the world begun. We're starting to see it as time progresses. The Lord's will and purpose. Come, the water, through the Spirit. Yeah, go ahead and bring it up.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 1 and verse 1. God, who at sundry times.
God, who at sundry times, different ages. Go ahead.
And in diverse manners, spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Right. How is that so hard to believe? The prophets prophesied that Yahawashi was going to come various times. Why, Old Testament people don't have no understanding. Why is that so hard to believe? If the Lord set up times, are we still in time? Are we still under the law of time? Yes, we is, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord doesn't change. So if the Lord doesn't change, but time do, and we seeing all these different events that happen throughout the time of the scriptures, what does that mean? That means it's been revealed, things that was already planned before the foundations of the world, man. That's all that means. All right, shalom to all my brothers and sisters out there, man. Well, we can get to that. He says, what is your opinion of Jesus? Is he the Son of God, and is salvation through him? Yeah, salvation is through Yahawashi, man. All right, absolutely. We preach that. Salvation is through Yahawashi, absolutely. He died for the sins of the people of the nation of Israel. He came for it, right? Based off prophecies under the house of King David, and the prophecies that the Messiah is going to go through the lineage of King David. All right, what's that? Give me in Hebrews. It's about Yahushua's tribe of Judah. Because Yahawashi, how is Yahawashi from the tribe of Judah in the spirit world? Right? If he didn't come, if he wasn't abiding by the laws of the Most High, man. Because you are according to your lineage. It says he came. Matter of fact, give me that too, man. Yeah.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Sprang out of what?
Sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Right. It wasn't concerning priesthood. Right. Judah is not the heritage of the priesthood wasn't given to the Judites, but Yahawashi came as a Judite with a priestly spirit. With a priestly spirit. It's just like when you see King David, I forgot specifically in the scriptures, but he had a Urim and a Thummim on, man. Yahawashi was going to be, in the near future without even knowing that, just doing it by the Spirit. So everything's by lineage, man. Everything by the cousin. Give me that Revelation chapter 5 as well. Because even in the spirit world, even in Yahawashi's resurrected self, he still proclaimed that he came from a lineage. Lineage matters. And that's the spirit world. You would have thought spirit in the spirit world, nothing matters. Everybody goes in one gate. Everybody goes in one gate, but that's not true, man. Even in the spirit world, you know, the Lord sets up, you know, where you're gonna go, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about it. When Jacob died, says he went back to and he didn't go back, but he went to sleep with his fathers. That's a race. So even in the spirit world, it goes that way, man. Let's go ahead and bring that up.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 5 and verse 5.
Yep.
And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah.
The Lion of the tribe of Judah. This is Yahawashi in his resurrected self, in his powerful self, in his full strength. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The root of David.
The root of David. Why is he mentioning the lineage? This is a royal time. This is in the spirit world, man. Ain't nothing but royalty over there. Goodness. Heavenly things, man.
So this supersedes the question in Matthew 22, in which how is he the son of God, or how is he the root of David if he's the son of God? This supersedes all of that. Because it's the last chapter or last book of the Bible, in which, and like the brother said, it's talking about when he's coming back upon the earth to deliver his people. You know what I'm saying? It's calling him from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
So it's no question mark no more.
Right.
No, he you know, it just came from his mother. There's none of that. He's from the tribe of Judah.
He's from the tribe of Judah, man. He's from the tribe of Judah, born under the law to redeem those that were under the law, man. Right? So we got redeemed. Yahawashi kept the law perfectly. So he can redeem those that were under the law and those that were not under the law, the uncircumcised, which was Israelites that wasn't keeping the law. He was justified to do so, man. That's the beautiful part about Yahawashi. So Yahawashi, yes, he's from the tribe of Judah. Give me Genesis 49, because that's a prophecy that, hey, Judah, out of Judah is going to come the Messiah, man. It's been prophesied that all the tribes of Israel are going to humble themselves to the position of king of Judah, right? The scriptures, even in Zechariah, it says Judah, the Lord going to save the tents of Judah first. We see that, you know, Judah's minds being back in place in the order of that kingship order. So of course we're going to be put out there on the altar, on the sacrificial altar, and to be put out there like that. Of course we're going to be. Why? Because it's all part of the line of the Lord, man. The order of the Lord. Go ahead.
I mean, that's like Judah is the one that's kind of spearheading this whole, I don't want to say movement, but it's spearheading the truth being brought out. You know what I'm saying? So this is Genesis chapter 40.
Hold on. If you didn't hear that, he says Judah is the one that's spearheading this awakening. Yeah. You know, that woke up all the other a lot of different tribes of Israel, man. And it's true. Why? Because it's all about the order of Hamashiach Yahawashi, man. In different times, right? Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 10. The scepter.
Who is the perfect lawgiver? Yahawashi, man. Between Judah's feet, the laws will not depart, man. Matter of fact, the law will be magnified in these last days because of Judah. Right? Why? Because that's his role in this earth. Give me Isaiah chapter 42 and 21. This is the purpose of Judah exalting the law today. Right? Now, is the law going to save us? No. Right? But we still supposed to practice these things because it's part of what the Lord wanted us to do. Right? And that's what we want to follow the Most High, man. And the Most High said this is a part of you getting to the level of what Yahawashi was on. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately we're gonna need Yahawashi. You can't just keep the laws and expect not to have the faith of Yahawashi. It's impossible because you won't have the spirit. All right, you need the spirit, the fruits of the spirit. You need to move in righteousness, and you can only do that by believing in Yahawashi, doing it through the law, man. Right? Go ahead. Yeah.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 21. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake.
The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. Go ahead.
He will magnify the law.
He will do what?
He will magnify the law.
And he will magnify the law. Right? So he put the spirit of the law in our mouths to speak, thus says the Lord, to bring judgment on the earth. Because without law, there is no judgment on the earth. Without judgment on the earth, is sin and wickedness on the earth, man. Which the Lord will potentially judge like he did in the days of Noah, man. All right? Because sin ain't about to last long, man. Sin don't last forever. Moses even said that. The pleasure of sin is only for a season. All right? Shalom, shalom. All right, so one more. Give me Matthew's chapter 9 and verse 20. Yeah, because, like I said, Yahawashi kept the laws, man. He respected. We see in Luke 17 that he respected the Levitical priesthood. He didn't heal somebody and say, all right, go on your way. He healed them and says, now go to the priests. They got to make sure you're certified to go back into the community, man. Right? Why is he doing that? If Yahawashi was such a rebellion, like the Christians say today, against the laws of Moses, why would he send the people that he healed to go to the priests so the priests can do their job? If it really didn't matter. Christianity makes no damn sense, man. Point blank period. Christianity makes no sense, and pretty soon the only reason why they coming out is because we got them backed up on the corner, man. They done caught so many L's throughout the time Israelites been out on these streets, on the highways and byways, and they said, well, we gotta go out. We gotta go out. Yeah, you gotta come out. Go out, come out and get another L. That's all you're gonna go out to get, man. Because ain't nobody backing down through the spirit of the Lord, man. All right. Go ahead and bring it up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 9 and verse 20. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him.
Came behind Yahawashi, the woman with issue of blood, which represents she's unclean, according to the law. Go ahead.
And touched the hem of his garment.
And touched the hem of his garment. Go ahead.
For she said within herself, if I may but touch his garment, I shall be whole. So
we see faith activated in her to touch the garment of Yahawashi. So we see faith there. And we see hem of garment. What does the hem of garment mean? If you can go to the blue letter and see what hem of garment means. Because we see faith. Now, is there law in this situation? Right? Because we got to keep the works, which is the law, and the faith of Yahawashi, man. By Shemashiyah Hamalak Yahawashi.
From Strong's G2899.
So this is what hem of the garment means. So when a woman that had issue of blood, which represents her being unclean according to the law, ran to Yahawashi in faith, touched the hem of his garment. Go ahead.
It means the extremity or prominent part of a thing, edge, skirt, margin, the fringe.
The what?
The fringe of a garment.
So Yahawashi had fringes on. So when a woman of issue of blood had faith enough to touch the Lord, what she was touching was the laws of God, right? Because that was where the power came from, man. He said, "Who touched?" See, he said, when somebody touched me, I felt virtue come. I felt power come out of me, man. There's power in the laws of Yahawashi. Let's prove that. Go to was it Numbers chapter 15 and 38, man. He was born under law. He was circumcised on the 8th day. You know, he did everything according to the laws of Yahawashi, man, or according to Yahweh, because he is Yahawashi. Salat. All right, go ahead.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Hey, put fringes on the border of their garments throughout their generations. So when that woman who was condemned by the law of her uncleanness, The same very thing that she was condemned by, she got healed by touching the hem of his garments, which was fringes. So Yahawashi had fringes on. There's scriptures where he told the Jews, hey, follow what the Pharisees say, but don't do what they do, because they don't follow after the law like they're supposed to. Right? So the scripture says he was born, when Galatians chapter 4 verse 4 says he was born of a woman born under the law. See, everything that he did according to the law, which is why he redeemed us from the work of the law, or he redeemed us from the curses of the law. When Yahawashi became a curse for us, that gave him the legal right to redeem us out of these curses when he come back, man. He got the legal right. To this day, right now as he speak, he got the legal right to redeem us out of these curses. Because if you go, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 46. If you look at Deuteronomy 28, hey, those curses are supposed to be on us forever, man. That's why it's so important Yahawashi came.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And it reads, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
For what?
For a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
And upon our seed forever. All right? We're supposed to be condemned forever. But Yahawashi stepped on the scene, became a substitute, became a curse for us. Now he has the legal right to redeem us out of those very same curses. All right, give me Zephaniah chapter 3 and 15. Baba Cashapp.
It's the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 15. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments. The Lord hath
taken away our judgments through Yahawashi. Go ahead.
He hath cast out thine enemy.
He hath cast out our enemy. He removed the enemy out of our way. Go ahead.
The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore.
We ain't gonna see evil anymore. Now, did that happen? No, that's a future prophecy. Why? Because Yahawashi has the legal right to redeem us out of the curses when he returns. Because we supposed to be condemned forever, as the scripture says in Deuteronomy 28:46, man. Right? And that's the beautiful part of it. Give me Romans chapter 8 and verse 3. Because you got the blessings, you got the curses. We haven't lived the blessings. There's more curses in the scriptures as we read than there is blessings. Why? Because the blessings is the new covenant that we're gonna come in when we get into the new kingdom, man. With Yahawashi ruling and the 144,000 elect body that will be upon his shoulders, man. And the 1/3 that'll be saved out of the great tribulation. We want to be part of that. Whatever set you're supposed to be in, whether it's the 144, 1/3, the martyrs, whoever, you want to be part of that, man. You don't want to be part of the 2/3, or you don't want to be part of a lost shape. We are in exciting times, and it's exciting to be here at this time, man. We are getting closer. Look how America is. Prophecies that's coming to pass over and over again, man. Don't get worried. Don't get confused. These are birth pains, brothers and sisters. If you think about a woman and her being in birth pains, she got to go through certain stages. The water breaks. And the water in the spirit, the water in the Bible represents the spirit of the Lord, man. Right? The stages of tribulation. Right? She going through just harsh pain. Right? And then the delivery comes. Blood and water. Yahawashi. Right? And then the delivery of that baby comes out that womb. And the scripture says Yahawashi gonna crack open that sky, man, and all people gonna weep, man. You know, usually a baby weep when he come out the womb. That ain't gonna happen when Yahawashi returns, man. All nations will weep when he returns, man, through the spirit of the Lord. And shalom to the Akim too, man. All right, so real quick, let's finish up. Give me Exodus chapter 13. Yeah, so so like verse 1 and 2. Yeah, so the Lord was under the law. He respected the law, and he redeemed those. And we can finish with Galatians chapter 4, go back and run that right back around. You can finish that. So you can get that. Yeah, Exodus.
It's the book of Exodus chapter 13 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn.
Say, yep.
Whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine.
Right. So the Lord was the firstborn out of Joseph seed. So, you know, he was honored the same way as a firstborn. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta always keep that in remembrance.
Salaki, and all men on the earth.
All men.
All men who were born upon this earth. You're the first of your biological father's children. You belong to the Most High. Yeah, you belong to the Most High if you're firstborn. Jacob said, Reuben, my firstborn, my strength. Yeah, on a deeper level. On a deeper spiritual level, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's finish it off with Galatians chapter 4. Like you said, a man and beast.
A man and beast, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, and you gotta think about it. You know, every time there was a sacrificial lamb being killed, it was out of the firstborn of the flock. You know. So go ahead and Galatians chapter 4.
And 4.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law. Made of a woman, made under the law. Now we understand what he really talking about. He was made under the law, following the ways of the law, the spirit of the law, and conquered because of it, man. And put all those curses in Colossians chapter 2. He put all those curses, pinned them on the cross, so it won't condemn us forever, man. That we may be redeemed out of the curses of the law. Go on, keep reading. To redeem them. To redeem who? To redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoptions of sons. Right. I thought it wasn't adoptions for Israelites. If you were Israelite, you can't be adopted. It just shows you right there, because we know that nobody outside of Israel is under the law. So that shows you that adoption is according to the Israelites, man. The Israelites can be adopted and did get adopted. And we are part of the adoption, man. All right, so with that, man, I'm going to give a big shalom. I see all the brothers out there, man. Happy Sabbath, happy Shabbat. Hey, be armed and dangerous out there on these streets. And for all the sisters at home, hey, stay in the spirit of Mashiach Yahawashi. Love your household through the spirit. And all the brothers out there, hey, shalom, shalom. All the sisters out there, shalom. Stay in the spirit. We out here in Fresno, about to shake the hand through the spirit. Shalom, shalom.